Hello and welcome back to Silvercare Daily, your trusted space for staying healthy, active, and youthful after 60. If you're over 60 and want to feel energized, look younger, and live life to the fullest, then you're in the right place. Now here's something that might surprise you. According to recent studies, over 80% of adults over 60 believe their health is entirely out of their control. But the truth is, it's not. In fact, small daily habits can dramatically slow down aging, boost energy levels, and even sharpen your memory. Yes, you heard that right. Just a few simple routines can turn back the biological clock. In today's video, we're diving into the top 7 golden habits to stay young after 60, backed by science and easy to follow. Some of these may sound familiar, but wait until you hear number 1. It's a habit that most people completely ignore, yet it could add years to your life. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button, share this with a loved one, and subscribe to Silvercare Daily. Your support helps us keep creating valuable content to keep you thriving every single day. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of aging gracefully and feeling amazing every morning? Let's get started. Top 7. Stay socially active. Staying connected is staying young. As we move into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's tempting to believe that physical health is the only key to aging well. While diet, exercise, and sleep are undeniably important, one golden habit often gets overlooked: social connection. Staying socially active is not just about chatting with friends now and then. It's about staying emotionally engaged, mentally stimulated, and purposefully involved with the world around us. Modern research paints a startling picture. According to a 2023 report by the U.S. Surgeon General, loneliness and social isolation increase the risk of premature death by up to 29%, and are associated with higher risks of dementia, heart disease, and stroke. That's not just a slight health concern, it's a public health crisis. Loneliness is now considered as harmful as smoking or obesity. So yes, reaching out to someone might be as important as taking your daily medication. But let's flip the narrative. The benefits of staying connected are just as powerful in the positive direction. Older adults who maintain rich social lives tend to have sharper memories, higher levels of happiness, better mobility, and a greater sense of purpose. They laugh more, move more, and even recover from illness more quickly. Think about someone like Betty White, the beloved actress and comedian who stayed socially engaged and professionally active into her late 90s. Her energy, wit, and zest for life were as much a product of her talent as they were of her ongoing connection to the people and causes she loved. She wasn't just aging, she was thriving. When was the last time you laughed out loud with a friend or shared a moment that truly made your heart feel full? You don't need to be a celebrity or attend galas to experience this. You can join a book club at the local library, volunteer at a hospital, take a painting class, or even start a weekly lunch group with neighbors. And for those who are less mobile or living far from family, technology can be a lifeline. A simple weekly video call with grandchildren, a daily message to a friend, or participating in an online discussion group can dramatically lift mood and cognitive performance. Even small, regular interactions, a smile from your neighbor, a good chat with a store clerk, or a heartfelt comment on social media, activate regions of the brain associated with pleasure and memory retention. Your brain, like a muscle, strengthens with use, and conversation is one of its best exercises. So if you're thinking about adopting new healthy habits this year, don't just look to the gym or the kitchen. Look to your phone book. Look to your community. Look to your heart. Remember, staying socially active isn't about being popular. It's about staying human. Because the fountain of youth isn't always found in a bottle, it's often found in a warm, honest conversation. Top 6. Keep learning new things, train your brain, transform your life. Staying mentally sharp after 60 isn't just about doing crossword puzzles or remembering where you left your keys, it's about actively feeding your brain with new, challenging information. Learning doesn't end when we retire. In fact, it may become even more essential as we age. Neuroscience has revealed something remarkable. The human brain retains the ability to grow and reorganize itself throughout life, a concept known as neuroplasticity. This means you can literally build new neural pathways by learning new things, whether that's picking up a second language, mastering a musical instrument, or simply reading books outside your usual genre. It's not too late, and it's never been more beneficial. According to a 2020 study published in the journal Neurology, older adults who engaged in frequent cognitive activities, such as reading, playing games, or learning new skills, were 23% less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than those who didn't. Mental stimulation doesn't just keep your brain busy, it protects it from decline. Just look at someone like Grandma Moses, who began her painting career in earnest at the age of 78. What started as a hobby to replace her love for embroidery became a celebrated second career, with her artwork displayed in museums around the world. Her story proves that age is no barrier to creativity or growth. It can actually be the beginning of a whole new chapter. When was the last time you tried something completely new, something that made you feel like a beginner again? Learning something new doesn't require enrolling in college. It could be as simple as joining a community photography class, trying out online piano lessons, starting a blog, or experimenting with cooking a dish from a different culture. Even small efforts challenge your brain and stimulate curiosity. And the benefits go far beyond memory. Lifelong learning can also improve mood, boost confidence, and even help combat symptoms of depression. When we learn, we grow, and growth fosters hope, momentum, and a deeper sense of purpose. You're not just filling time, you're enriching your mind. In fact, many senior centers and libraries across the U.S. now offer free or low-cost classes for older adults, ranging from computer literacy to art, history, and even coding. The digital world is also full of opportunities. Platforms like Coursera, Khan Academy, and Duolingo offer structured learning on nearly any subject you can imagine. So here's a question worth reflecting on. What's one skill or subject you've always been curious about, but never gave yourself permission to explore? Don't let self-doubt or the fear of being too old hold you back. The most youthful people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s are often those who never stop asking questions, seeking answers, and feeding their curiosity. Because a sharp mind is not a gift of youth, it's a result of never stopping the pursuit of learning. Top 5. Eat for longevity, because youth begins at the cellular level. As we age, every bite we take has a greater impact on our cells, our energy, our immune function, and even our mood. That's why eating well after 60 isn't just about weight or cholesterol numbers. It's a vital key to protecting your independence, your memory, and your overall sense of vitality. What you put on your plate can either accelerate aging or support graceful longevity. Modern nutritional science increasingly confirms that a whole food, plant-forward diet rich in antioxidants, fiber, and healthy fats can slow cellular aging, reduce inflammation, and dramatically lower the risk of chronic disease. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, WHO, over 80% of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, and more than one-third of cancers, can be prevented through healthy eating and lifestyle choices. That's a staggering statistic, and it underlines the power of daily dietary habits. A 2022 study published in PLOS Medicine modeled dietary patterns in adults over 60 and found that adopting a longevity-oriented diet, rich in legumes, whole grains, nuts, vegetables, and moderate amounts of fish, could increase life expectancy by 8.9 years for women and 9.4 years for men, even when the dietary changes were made later in life. These findings suggest that it's never too late to make improvements that truly matter. At the core of a longevity diet is the reduction of ultra-processed foods, those packed with added sugars, trans fats, sodium, and artificial ingredients. Multiple cohort studies have linked high consumption of processed foods with a 62% greater risk of all-cause mortality in older adults, including higher risks for cognitive decline and cardiovascular disease. Even moderate changes, like reducing sugary drinks or switching from red meat to plant-based proteins, can create long-term health benefits. Meanwhile, a growing body of research underscores the importance of dietary fiber and gut health. A high-fiber diet supports the gut microbiome, reduces systemic inflammation, and lowers the risk of colorectal cancer. The American Gut Project, one of the largest microbiome studies to date, found that older adults who consumed 30 or more different plant-based foods per week had significantly more diverse and protective gut bacteria, correlated with better digestion, immune response, and even mood stability. Hydration also plays an underrated role in healthy aging. Dehydration is common among seniors and can lead to fatigue, confusion, and impaired kidney function. Simple habits like drinking water throughout the day, consuming hydrating foods like cucumbers, melons, and soups, and limiting diuretics like caffeine and alcohol can make a tangible difference in how you feel, both mentally and physically. If you thought of every meal as medicine, what would you choose to eat today? Eating for longevity isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about making intentional choices that support your energy today and your health for years to come. No extreme dieting, no fads, just nourishing, real food that supports a longer, fuller life. Because youth may fade from the outside, but vitality can continue to grow when you feed it well from the inside. Top 4. Stay physically active, because motion is the secret to aging gracefully. As we enter our 60s and beyond, many of us start worrying about losing strength, mobility, or independence. But what if the real threat isn't aging itself, but inactivity? Staying physically active after 60 isn't just about looking good or shedding a few pounds, it's about preserving your quality of life. In fact, it's one of the most powerful habits for aging well, mentally and physically. Let's face it, our bodies change with age. We naturally begin to lose muscle mass, flexibility, and bone density. But the good news? Regular physical activity can slow down or even reverse many of these changes. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Activities like brisk walking, tai chi, gardening, swimming, or even dancing in your living room can make a huge difference. The key is consistency, not intensity. According to the World Health Organization, older adults should aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity per week, along with muscle-strengthening activities on 2 or more days. That's just about 20 to 30 minutes per day, a small investment for enormous returns. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Physical activity isn't just good for your body, it's also a brain booster. A landmark study published in the journal Neurology found that older adults who exercised regularly had a 40% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Physical movement increases blood flow to the brain, helping to nourish brain cells and reduce inflammation, 2 critical factors in cognitive decline. We often think of exercise as a chore. But what if we reframed it as a gift to your future self? Want to keep up with your grandkids, travel with ease, or stay in your own home as you age? Movement makes those goals possible. Even activities that don't feel like exercise, like dancing, vacuuming, walking your dog, or tending to plants, can count towards your daily movement and keep your joints happy. Need real-life inspiration? Look no further than Charles Eugster, the British bodybuilder who started lifting weights at 87 and competed in sprinting events into his 90s. When asked why he started, he simply said, "Because I was getting disgustingly unfit." His story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to start moving again. And let's not forget the emotional benefits. Exercise helps combat feelings of isolation and sadness by releasing endorphins, improving sleep, and giving you a sense of routine and control. For many seniors, even a simple walk with a friend can become a daily ritual that supports both mental and physical health. What kind of movement brings you joy? Is it a morning stroll through the park, a gardening session under the sun, or dancing to your favorite oldies in the kitchen? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to know what keeps you moving. Because staying active isn't about chasing youth, it's about owning your strength, protecting your independence, and embracing vitality, one step, stretch, and smile at a time. Top 3. Sleep like it matters. Recharge your brain, body, and mood. Sleep isn't just about rest, it's your brain and body's most powerful form of overnight self-care. While we often hear about the importance of diet and exercise for healthy aging, quality sleep is just as essential, yet frequently overlooked. Especially after age 60, sleep can become lighter, more fragmented, or harder to come by, but that doesn't mean it matters any less. In fact, the older we get, the more critical deep, restorative sleep becomes. Every night, during non-REM and REM sleep, your brain clears toxic proteins, consolidates memories, processes emotional experiences, and strengthens neural connections, all essential for long-term brain health. At the same time, your body uses sleep to repair tissues, rebalance hormones, reduce inflammation, and recharge the immune system. That's why sleep deprivation doesn't just leave you tired, it can actually accelerate aging from the inside out. According to a 2021 study by the National Institute on Aging, older adults who consistently get fewer than 6 hours of sleep per night are 33% more likely to suffer cognitive decline compared to those who sleep 7 to 8 hours. Lack of sleep has also been linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, depression, and even early mortality. And yet, despite the evidence, many still treat sleep as negotiable, something to sacrifice for a few more hours of screen time or chores. High-profile figures have learned this the hard way. Take Bill Clinton, for instance. During his presidency, he famously functioned on just 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night. But following his emergency heart surgery in his late 50s, he publicly acknowledged that chronic sleep deprivation likely played a role in his heart disease, a powerful reminder that even the most capable minds need deep rest to function and heal. Sleep challenges in older adults can stem from many causes: reduced melatonin production, pain, frequent urination, side effects of medication, or untreated sleep disorders like sleep apnea. Unfortunately, many seniors don't recognize these issues as fixable and resign themselves to poor rest. But here's the good news: sleep can be improved at any age. It starts with small but consistent steps, like sticking to a sleep schedule, avoiding large meals or caffeine late in the day, getting natural light in the morning, and turning off screens at least an hour before bed. For some, seeing a sleep specialist or getting tested for apnea can be life-changing. When was the last time you truly prioritized your sleep as much as your diet or your exercise? If it's been a while, now might be the perfect moment to reflect and reset. Because at the end of the day, literally, sleep isn't a luxury. It's a biological necessity, a cornerstone of aging well, and one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. And as you build other golden habits in your 60s and beyond, never underestimate the power of a full night's sleep to keep your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your mood resilient. Top 2. Cultivate a positive mindset, because joy is ageless. Growing older doesn't mean growing bitter. In fact, a positive mindset is one of the most powerful tools for staying youthful, energetic, and emotionally resilient after 60. While many people focus on the physical aspects of aging, science is increasingly showing that your mental attitude may be just as, if not more, important. Gratitude, optimism, and emotional resilience aren't just feel-good buzzwords, they have tangible effects on your health. A landmark 2019 study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that older adults with higher levels of optimism were up to 70% more likely to live beyond age 85, even after controlling for chronic illness and lifestyle factors. Why? Because chronic stress and negativity increase cortisol levels, weaken immunity, and accelerate inflammation, all of which contribute to faster aging and disease. On the flip side, people who regularly practice gratitude, laugh often, and focus on the good, even during tough times, tend to have lower blood pressure, stronger immune systems, and better cognitive function. Optimism also improves heart health, sleep quality, and even mobility. It's not about ignoring life's challenges, it's about choosing not to let them define you. Take Maya Angelou, for example. Despite enduring racial discrimination, personal loss, and chronic illness, she maintained a joyful, grateful spirit well into her 80s. Her ability to find beauty and purpose in life, even in hardship, became a beacon of strength and grace for generations. As she once said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. So, how can you start cultivating a younger, lighter mind? Begin each day with a simple habit. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. It could be your morning tea, a call from a friend, or the sunlight through your window. Over time, this simple act rewires your brain to focus on what's going right instead of what's wrong. Also, consider how often you speak kindly to yourself. Many seniors silently carry guilt, regret, or fear, but nurturing self-compassion is just as essential as any vitamin or exercise routine. Talk to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend. Gently. Encouragingly. Surround yourself with positive, encouraging people, those who lift your spirit rather than drain your energy. And if that circle is small, join local groups, online communities, or volunteer circles that bring purpose and joy. Choose laughter, even during uncertain times. Practice compassion. Forgive more quickly. Let me ask you. What's one thing, or one person, you're genuinely thankful for today? Say it out loud. Feel it. Let that sense of gratitude settle in, because it's the small mindset shifts that lead to the biggest long-term gains. In the end, the mindset you choose shapes how you experience your days, your health, and your relationships. Positivity isn't about ignoring reality, it's about facing it with strength, softness, and hope. And there's nothing more youthful, or more powerful, than a spirit that refuses to grow old. Top 1. Manage stress and protect your heart, because a calm heart ages slower. We've talked about movement, mindset, sleep, and connection, but if there's one habit that ties all the others together, it's this: managing stress. In your 60s and beyond, stress doesn't just make you feel tired or anxious, it can literally accelerate aging from the inside out. And the first place it shows up? Your heart. When you're stressed, chronically, silently, or emotionally, your body enters a defensive mode. Your breathing gets shallow, your muscles tense up, and your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones were once meant to protect us from danger. But in modern life, they often go unregulated. The result? High blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, weakened immune response, and a faster breakdown of healthy cells. In fact, a 2021 report by the American Psychological Association found that adults over 60 who regularly experience high stress are twice as likely to suffer from cardiovascular disease, even when they maintain healthy habits in other areas. That's right. Stress can quietly undo the benefits of your good nutrition, exercise, and even sleep if it's left unmanaged. You may be thinking, but I've lived through decades of stress, is it too late to change? The answer is a resounding no. The human nervous system remains flexible well into old age. You can still teach your body how to relax. You can still reset. And that reset starts with intention. What works best? It doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Take 5 minutes each morning to sit in stillness, breathing deeply with your hand on your chest. Limit watching distressing news in the evening. Your heart doesn't need to carry the world's pain every night. Listen to calming music, nature sounds, or guided meditations. Spend time around people who make you feel safe, respected, and heard. Your social environment matters more than you think. Let's not forget the power of laughter and joy, some of the most natural stress relievers. Consider the story of Betty White, beloved American actress who remained sharp, funny, and full of life into her late 90s. When asked about the secret to her longevity, she often joked, "I try not to take myself too seriously." That lightness wasn't just charm, it was a survival skill. And here's a question to gently ask yourself right now. What are the 3 things that cause you the most stress lately, and what's one small thing you can do today to ease just one of them? Maybe it's making a phone call you've been avoiding. Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you. Or maybe it's taking 10 quiet minutes just for you, without guilt. Remember, stress doesn't disappear on its own. But when you acknowledge it and respond with care, you're choosing to protect your heart, your brain, and your joy. A calm mind slows the pace of aging. A calm heart beats with clarity, strength, and purpose. You've earned peace. You deserve ease. Let that be your new habit, not out of urgency, but out of love for the years still ahead. And there you have it, the top 7 golden habits that can help you stay young, energetic, and joyful well beyond 60. Remember, it's never too late to start. Even small changes can make a huge impact on your health, happiness, and longevity. Which of these habits are you already doing? And which one are you excited to try first? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your story. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a tip to stay strong and radiant at any age. Share this video with someone you care about, because aging well is better when we do it together. Thank you so much for watching Silvercare Daily. Until next time, take care, stay golden, and keep shining, because your best years are still ahead.